the role of the woman in the embrace, the role of the woman in the dance, the role of the woman in the tango, actually was changing as much as the society was and is changing and will change. Why? Because it is difficult to say we dance the same today than 30 years ago. I started in the late 80s, and I'd seen the people who were there already like 70 or 80 years old, the way they used to dance. And the way we dance today, or the way in my 20s, I used to interpret that, and how I seen that, if it was okay for me at that age to dance the same way that the 80 people were dancing or not. But the 80 people they learn or they grow up 50 years before with the tango. So everything was changing and changing and changing. I used to see more before that kind of command, you only do what I lead you. You only do what I want. And the woman will go, okay, I have to learn how to follow, that's it. Don't do any circle, don't do any cross, don't do any tap, don't do any adornment if I am not leading you, because that's wrong. And I will go, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. So, but it was like kind of like a macho society also, no, in Argentina, and still like that sometimes. You can still people who dance like that, or that is their opinion. But if I can add, or I can suggest to you, may I have a little bit of more space by expanding my chest? May I have a little bit of more time? Because that moment in the music I like, and I would like to do a circle before we go again into the walk, for example. Why not to suggest it in a good way, without blocking, without imposing, without interfering, without pushing your partner? It's like a dialogue. It's like a dialogue. So this kind of dialogue before wasn't like that. And I think actually I developed it through the years, thinking and always feeling who I am and the way I like to dance. And so it is important that we see the process of how the female was acting as part of the society, and we see all these changes. And the tango was changing too. So tango is not the same like it was in Paris in the 1920s, or in Buenos Aires in the 1950s, in the golden time, or the role of the woman in the late 80s, where really start changing a lot, or in the year 2000, or now 2020 or 2022. But imagine how it's going to be in 20 years. I don't really know. I don't know. I know that the only thing that I know is that I am open for the changes, that like I was open 20 or 30 years ago, and what I expect the most, that more and more people are dancing, because I think tango can give you something very special for your life, no matter at what age you can take it. I'm so glad, I'm so happy to see older people when they found this passion in the late 60s or 50s, and they have something to look forward every day. And also the young people, how they bring all the different ways of dancing. So we need to be open. We need to be open to all these changes, and we need to create always a good communication between the man and the woman, without forgetting that somebody is leading and somebody is following. But in a way, you can always interact and maybe lead a little bit, like a 20%, but the guys also have to follow what you do, because they have to follow your mistakes, they have to follow maybe something that you interpreted a little different. So again, it's like the best dialogue between both of us.